So I want to talk about my favorite episode from this season of Black Mirror. This is the fourth season, and to be completely honest, I think this is probably the best show on TV. A lot of people might say Game of Thrones or something like that, but I think if you go overall, impressiveness of a show, for me, it's Black Mirror. Probably because of the genre, though, it's right up my alley. Other genres aren't as interesting to me as the science fiction, futuristic, technology-driven kind of mind-bending type of show like this. This is the type of stuff that really excites me, right? I look forward to it every season. I think season 2 was the first season I saw of it. When they first started the show, there was 2 episodes or something the first season, then there was 3 the next season. It was really weird, but now they're up to 6 per season. I think there were 6 last season, there were 6 in the 4th season. And my favorite episode from this season, and it will probably surprise a lot of people, but my favorite episode from this season was Metalhead. Let me explain. So I've always been kind of fascinated by the idea of technology overtaking humanity. Something that we've created, this artificial intelligence, robotics, something combines to basically become smarter than we are and then decide that we are unnecessary going forward. Or that we are basically a plague on the earth and need to be eradicated. I've always loved the Terminator movies. Just anything that is like that is about machines or technology, AI, basically deciding that human beings are a plague and need to be eradicated. So now, this isn't taking away anything from the other episodes. That's what's so great about Black Mirror, is that every single episode, in my opinion, is really good. Even the ones that I'm ranking below, my top, my favorite ones, they're still amazing. I have loved every single episode of the show so far. There's been some I've liked more than others, but I will say that every episode is really good. Definitely, every episode is watchable, more than watchable. Every episode is fun. Every episode is exciting. And I love going in. What I like doing is watching it without reading the synopsis or the plot, just to be completely surprised. It reminds me so much of the Twilight Zone, which is another one of my favorite shows of all time. And a lot of people have compared it to that. But what was so great to me about this episode is, like I said, the idea that technology is going to outsmart us. Now, honestly, I was a little bit wrong in my thinking when I went into this, but that's the cool thing about art, is it can be interpreted so many different ways. So, going into this and watching it, when I first saw the robotic dog, right, I was thinking artificial intelligence, right? I'm thinking this thing is AI. And that in this dystopian future, that these robots are kind of weeding us out, right? Getting rid of the human race. And, there's not many left. It's like a post-apocalyptic world. There's not much, people are scavengers. And there's just, a few little pockets of humanity left to get rid of. And that's what when I watched this episode, that's how I was thinking of it. It didn't even cross my mind that it was maybe just a drone, that it was actually controlled by a human being, which is, I don't know, I guess that says something about my thinking, but that's not where my mind went. My mind went to the Terminator, automatically, right? And obviously, this dog very closely resembles the dogs that Boston Dynamics is making. If you've ever watched the videos on YouTube of Boston Dynamics and their dogs and their robots that do backflips and shit, it's it's pretty incredible, and it's on the border of scary, right? Because with when they figure out AI fully and they give these things artificial intelligence, there's no telling what they'll be able to do. We've given them a lot of ability, right? And another thing that I thought was cool about this episode was that they chose the dog model. They didn't have this humanoid model because I feel like a dog is way more efficient. It's something with four legs, low to the ground, compact, hard to hit. It just seems like it'd be way more efficient of a killing machine than like a Terminator, for instance. Something that is like a biped, walks on, something less stable. A dog is a much more stable thing to model robotics after, if you're trying to make a killing machine. And I think that was an awesome choice, right? Making this thing a dog rather than some sort of humanoid robot. Now, like I said, I enjoyed the episode thinking that this thing was artificial intelligence, that it was controlled by some sort of AI. And I actually read later that the director had intended it to be kind of a social commentary on drones and drone warfare. And, saying like, hey, we better watch out what we're doing with these drones, because this could be the future. But yeah, like I said, I saw it totally different. And I think that's why I liked it so much, because I interpreted it the way that I wanted to. And I'm glad that they did. The director said that they cut out a scene that showed the human that was controlling the robotic dog. And I'm so glad they cut that out, because it left your mind open to imagine like what was behind this, what was controlling this robotic thing. And like I said, it led me to believe that it was AI, which made it way more scary and way more cool. These things were controlled by, not controlled by, these things were really well equipped, extremely well equipped. And they could do things like drive cars, easily get back up when knocked over, damn near invincible. They could be recharged by solar energy. It was just it's a scary thing to have after you, right? It's definitely a terrifying thing. Like, I was thinking about it while watching it, like, could I escape something like this? And I honestly don't know that I could. The episode was filmed in black and white, which I thought just made it seem, I don't know, more gritty and more like dystopian. It made it feel more dark, I guess. And there was something about it. That's the only episode of Black Mirror that I've seen where they filmed it all in black and white, and I thought that was a really good touch for this. And like I said, this is not taking away from any of the other episodes, because I thought this season was amazing. Every single episode had me extremely excited and intrigued and, wanting more. This one, however, made me want a full-length movie. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really good on its own if they never made any kind of full-length movie out of it, but I think it would make for an awesome full-length movie. And I think it's just because of where my interests lie that I found that episode to be the best. Like I said, they're all fantastic, but this one, to me, just struck a chord because of how big of a fan I am of the Terminator movies and the idea of technology getting rid of the human race. And I don't know, and just the way it was filmed, and it just seemed real, man. Like, there was fear there, and when you're following this woman, she's trying to escape from this dog, and it feels hopeless. And anytime there's a little glimmer of hope, then it's like, then it's gone. Then you're back to being hopeless and like, oh, she's done for, And I thought it was really real like that. And the fact that what they were searching for, like when they revealed that they were just searching for a teddy bear, right? And it was to bring back to a dying child. Like, it showed, humanity. Like, that when humanity has nothing left, it's these little tiny, like, sentimental things that are the most important. Like, bringing happiness, one little bit of happiness or comfort to a hopeless world. And I don't know, it caught the feels, you know what I mean? It was like, it made you feel like you were in that world. Like that this was so important to this woman to do this, to bring this teddy bear back to a dying child, so the child would at least have this little bit of comfort of having this stuffed animal, you know, in her last days on Earth. And it just felt really, really real, really deep. Like, it seems really surface just thinking about it. It's like, you know, like the Terminator, but there's this like deep kind of introspection. It makes you think about humanity and all these things we take for granted and what we would have left in this dystopian world. And it was, I just loved it. I absolutely loved the episode. All the other ones were good too, and I'd love to make a video kind of ranking all of them. If you guys are interested in seeing that, click the thumbs up button, because if I get enough thumbs up, I'm going to go ahead and make that video. If not, if people aren't interested in hearing about that, then I'm not going to do that. But I would love to do that. Like, just rank, maybe even rank each season. Like, season 4, rank the 6 episodes there. Season 3, rank those 6 episodes. So, if you want to see something like that, please click the thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Tell me what your favorite episode was from season 4 of Black Mirror. And, let's just talk about Black Mirror. Anything you want to talk about. Any of the other seasons, your favorite episodes, your favorite storylines. But for me, Metalhead was my favorite from season 6. Probably different than most people, so I would assume. And that's it. That's it, and that's my reasoning. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Like I said, click that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you want more videos like this where I rant about anything I want.